223, she a baddie, rocks the link. Let me take her to the back, she wanna look at me. 223, bed rock, movie scene. Baby, let's turn up in this party, what's the weather?
So I'm here in Saskatoon. Saskatoon is a decent sized city. I first invested into Saskatoon probably around 2021, just before or just around the pandemic. Why I chose Saskatoon? Well, I was pretty fed up with the laws in Ontario where tenants could choose not to pay and live in your property for several months. I think I had a tenant not pay for over a year. And I just thought, well, if I'm trying to expand and scale, we need to do some research into other cities, other provinces, just to see if it's like this across the board. That's when I found Saskatchewan, and it wasn't like that. Saskatchewan laws were actually very landlord friendly, which is very similar to Alberta as well. Unfortunately, BC has tenant-friendly laws. So this is one of the things for investors to look at when they're investing into real estate. Look at the laws each province has, just because it's going to be either complicated or easier for you to invest into that city. For example, if you're performing the burst strategy, so you're going to eventually need some of those units vacant. You want the laws in your favor so you can complete the project. And then it's not even just that, but if they stop paying you, you don't want to be in a situation where now you got to go through this whole process of evicting them, and that could take 6 months to a year, where in Saskatchewan and obviously Alberta, you could do this within a couple months. Because I've been here for several years already, you just get a different type of tenant, right? You have a tenant that knows that they have to pay, because if they don't pay, they will get evicted. Compared to in Ontario, where they know their rights and they know that, well, I don't have to pay, or I can pay eventually because I know I won't get evicted. So you'll just have to factor in a higher potential, not vacancy rate, but a rate where tenants are not going to pay you. So this is what a bachelor looks like in this building. We didn't renovate this unit. Some of the units looked a little bit worse than this. This was kind of clean compared to some of the other units. Some of the other units were very old. We focused on renovating some more of the bigger one bedrooms. I believe there's only 1 2-bedroom in this property. But we also renovated the hallways, and then I think half the units. This property is stabilized. We might do some more renovations maybe in a couple of years on the exterior, maybe when I have to do the roof, but this property performs really well. I stabilized this property about 2 years ago. And then once stabilized, I then took the money and reinvested it into another property. So we'll go to another unit to see the updates on that. So in this building, you're going to have a lot of younger professionals, not too many families. As you can hear, there's one tenant, obviously has children, but this is not too common here, just because most of the units are 1 bedrooms and it's downtown. It's a lot more traffic, the university is very close as well. This is kind of an older unit. This one hasn't been updated either. So this unit, as is, probably will rent for around $1,000, $1,100. If we renovate it, being downtown, we're looking around, since it's only a 1 bedroom, probably close to 12. And it's all plus utilities. Yeah, a decent place. We'll try to get into a unit that is renovated, but I think all those units might be leased out. This is another bachelor, so no updated units. Here's the laundry room. So usually most of the buildings we partnered with Cornomatic. They take care of all the units and there's a split. We share the profit. This just makes things easy because then when the units break, they take care of it. But sometimes they take a pretty big split. It depends usually on the size of the property. If you have a big property, they take a lesser split, but if you have a smaller property, they'll probably take a larger split. So we're at the second property I bought in Saskatoon. We're just in a 1-bedroom unit, and I guess it's not like they obviously redid the flooring. It still needs a paint job. It's original cabinets. So it's a little updated, but most of these units were updated, and I got creative with this deal. The seller had some issues with financing. I came in, bought it, got creative. They held it, seller financing for a little bit. Then I honestly refinanced and was able to get basically all my equity out, make another, I believe it was around 200,000 on this, so I could get into another deal. And then this one actually cash flow was around $10,000 a month in steady cash flow. So this was a pretty good deal. Did all this within 12 months. So we are here at one of our first projects in Saskatoon for 2025. This is an 18-unit apartment building. We plan to renovate half the units. I think the unit's almost done. We did new flooring, paint throughout, new lighting, painted the cabinets. We're gonna swap out the appliances, backsplash, and then we also updated the bathroom. Almost done. A little bit more work, but I'm pretty sure they just reglazed the bathtub, put new surround, and this is new, the cabinet. But yeah, this is what we do. We take old units and modernize them, stabilize the rents, and then refinance.
There's anything specific you want to see?
Yeah, we'll probably go through the vacant units. And then we'll probably go through the hallway. You have the keys? Okay, perfect.
I'll just pop the doors open.
Okay.
The non-conforming, and then
So I think this is the one that was updated. They didn't do, I don't think they did two.
They renovated this?
No.
Not yet?
And this unit's vacant, and then there's 2.
So this was signed.
Yeah.
He's moving in over the weekend.
Okay, perfect.
And then unit 4, which is unlocked
Perfect.
downstairs.
And what did they rent this one out for?
This was 11. Got a couple of close calls, but I think this one will have a little bit more demand. So I'm showing it, I've already showed it to a couple of people, and I'll continue to do it.
I did see your email for the rent increases. So I didn't open that yet. Is it, you're gonna work with incentives or?
So I'm gonna save the incentive for the conversation. I'm
Yes.
gonna go kind of door to door. There's
Perfect.
only six,
Perfect.
only 6 that we need to address.
Okay.
This is what our renewal negotiation will
Yeah.
be. Sort of, we can leave it to the last minute, but
Perfect.
I feel that there's maybe 2 of those that are for sure gone.
Okay.
One's already given notice, hasn't officially, and it's an idle threat, I don't know. But
Yeah.
he said he's a senior, $500 subsidized housing.
Yeah.
Okay, forget it. But the rest of them are going to be more of that, a little bit of a carrot.
Okay.
We can give you a little bit of a financial incentive,
Yeah.
sign off on it, and fridge, and just sort of work those angles.
Perfect. Okay.
So what we would do is we would take these casings off, this stuff off, cut around the stucco, and install trims to fill this gap in again, but also put in new head flashings on all the windows and reverse flashings on all the windows to bring them up to code. So we can do that, which would require more stucco cutting, and that's why we would need somebody to come in and repair it after we're complete, so we could seal that top head flashing.
Future prevention, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can definitely do that for you.
So what do we do? The doors maybe like light gray or
Light gray or a navy. Navy
and then
white looks
paint
so-
and then paint all the walls white?
Yeah, like navy is nice.
Nice. Oh yeah, it looks beautiful. Two buildings. Yeah.
It's only like $400, probably.
Oh yeah, if it's only, oh yeah. Yeah. So the whole thing?
Yeah, make it white.
Yeah. That would make it nice, clean. Especially if it's only, but is it only 400 for the whole thing or just this?
For this around, like the tiles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I talked to Coimatic when they came for the regular delivery, and I'm just trying to get Adrian to negotiate something with Coimatic to sort of improve, go
Cardless.
less.
Or coinless, yeah.
And then at the same time, maybe throw in a couple bells and whistles. But I mean, this is enough. 2 and 2 is enough.
Yep.
You know.